Alright guys, today we're going to be taking a look at Dzukill up in the top lane. For those of you that don't know Dzukill, he is a multi-account challenger player and has been since about Season 9. You can see on both his accounts here. You see he's playing a lot of Yone and Yasuo, was originally a Yasuo one-trick, but upon Yone's release, seems to have pivoted over to playing that a lot more. And today we're going to be jumping into one of his games on his main account in Challenger Elo and see what we can learn from his gameplay. Just a quick note, this is after the new patch, so we'll be seeing what build he's rocking after all those changes. So let's jump in. Alright guys, so hopping into game here, like I say, we've got Dzukill up against a Singed one trick by the looks of it. So just a quick thing to note against Singed, obviously in a lot of cases Singed is going to be trying to proxy level 1, so just standing there quite late to prevent that. Coming up to lane now, Singed is going to hard shove the wave. So Singed, ideally, at this point, still wants the proxy. And the best way to do that, because most people are going to know about running through the lane and things like that. Not through the lane, through the jungle. So Singed's job right now is going to be to hard shove this ASAP so he can run past the tower and start proxying. So we'll see if he can achieve that. Dzukill just getting a massive trade in with the Singed actually. And again, getting the wave in this really awkward position for the Singed where he can't really run past, especially now after taking such a bad trade. And we'll see. Starting items, by the way, Doran's Ring and D-Blade. Singed still has the pot. Level 2. Putting a point into W. Again, Dzukill loves playing around these freezes, so any chance he gets, I'm sure we'll see some this game. He'll like grab the entire wave and like you can hold it a few seconds extra with the W shield. Allows him to tank for a bit longer. Alright, both players level 3. Ooh, just goes wide. Oh, running straight up. Got the bone plate in. I think Singed is dead here. Might be a 1v1 with the ignite though. Shield might be enough. Not quite. Not quite. Fast forward. Okay, wave though. Wave is really, really good for Dzukill. He's going to burn the TP. Just to maintain this freeze here. But again, it's quite hard for Singed to play the way he wants to play when the lane's in this awkward spot here. He can't walk up to fling, and every time he attempts to, he's going to get chunked out with the WQ from Zu. But now we'll see what happens now. So wave is now bouncing back into the Singed. I'm imagining we're going to slow push this first wave and to try and crash the next wave. Items again, we'll just check. So yeah, it's pretty standard, going for the attack speed early. Obviously, ideally if you can get those Zerka Greaves on your first recall, that's great. That's a massive spike for Yone and Yasuo. But daggers are fine for now, so let's see. So I would have expected us to be hard shoving this, but we're slow pushing it again. And now the wave could... Okay, Singed doesn't want to, so... Yeah, so, I mean, it still happens. So, even without Singed tanking it, the wave's now in this sort of awkward spot. So, where we were saying Dzukill had it over here, it's now in the exact same spot for Dzukill. So, Singed, if he wanted to, could try and play around setting up a freeze here and wait for his jungle. But not many Singed players, not many that I've come across anyway, are playing around freezes. They just want to be annoying, creating pressure, getting those proxies in. Placing the ward down. This is really nice, so when you're playing Yone or even Zed, you know, you can use your E, in Yone's case, or W to sort of give you a bit of safety when you're running into the jungle, be that for vision or whatever you're doing. So on Zed, you just put the W sort of on yourself and then run into the enemy jungle. And if you see anyone or any danger, you can W out. So with that information, we know Kha'Zix was on his Krugs. We also have vision on his chickens. We now see the Kha'Zix. So it's quite hard for enemy jungler now to path topside because he's got no camps. So I wonder if we're going to increase the aggression here. Dzukill, not really known for aggressive laning. So again, just last hit and getting the slow shove. Nice bit of poke. Ian back in, ult in. And Singed is dead. Tries to flash away, but it's an auto. Not going to be dodging that. Nice little solo kill. In fact, let's watch that again. So, we're level 5. Spectator's bugging, but both players have flash. We hit level 6. Get the 3rd Q. A lot of people at that point would probably just be immediately trying to land the E Q3 into ult. But he just lands the Q knock up into a W for a little bit of poke. And then Singe walks up a little bit too far and we're immediately gonna E. Lands a Q right before the ult. Flash auto and he's gone. Now let's see the Singed XP if we can. Oh, we'll have to wait until he's respawned. Instantly recall, and I'm surprised we don't stay for one plate there. Because we know Kha'Zix is not going to be topside, so potentially could have stayed for a plate. But yeah, I was going to check the Singed XP. So yeah, the cannon that was about to die in that previous fight, that would have given him 6. So again, just being aware of level up timers. I'm sure that Dzukill was thinking about that when he chose to take the fight. It's one more minion, might have been a different outcome. As we take another fight, Singe's actually popped the ult here. We managed to get that 3rd Q away. Singe's going to keep chasing. Ignite's been dropped into the fling. W up. We do have E. Uses it last second. Kite this out. And our jungler's going to be there to help us pick it up. Oh, the poison there. Oh, the E from Nidalee there. Absolutely clutch. Yeah, nice little 1v1. You see, he saves his E until like the very last moment. Kiting the Qs, gets the double stacks. Gets flinged Qs through. He's still got E, he's not using it. And then as he's baiting him under tower, pops it last minute. Easy pickup for Nidalee. Like I say, that heal coming in clutch. What we're going to do here, shove the wave out. Look for a reset. So we've got the Zerka Greaves and we're moving towards the Gale Force after the item changes. That seems to be quite a popular pick on Yone. We'll see if it's the long-term meta pick, but I did play one game with it earlier, just a normal game, but even damage aside, like just having the extra active for the mobility is really handy for a champ like Yone, whose mobility is sort of conditional. As we take another fight here, Q3 knock up, E for the extra damage, getting the W in. Nice, follows the ticking damage on the Kha'Zix there. Watch that one more time. So Q3 into ult, E's away for both the damage and just a little bit of spacing. Sees the Kha'Zix with the ignite. Ignite, or was that red buff? That would be red buff. Double kill just like that. I mean, this is sort of why Singed oftentimes wants those proxies, because early game he's not the strongest champ. Lots of top laners will beat him in a 1v1 straight up, but that's why he's one of those unique weird champions. But yeah, let me know if you guys have played or do play Yone top. He's not in my champ pool at the moment, but these new items are looking pretty fun, so maybe I'll try and give it a go. Definitely has a shit ton of damage and quite an early spike as well. I feel like once you get those Berserker Greaves, you like transform as a champ. We see Singe picking up the last hits. How much gold we set on right now? He's got 1500, so gonna be pretty close to completion of Gale Force now, maybe a couple more waves. And for the first time we're seeing Dzukill hard shoving a wave. Just going to be looking for poke under the tower, I imagine. E is obviously a really great tool for that, and W can almost tank an entire tower shot with that. Pick up this plate. Just getting in those max range Ws where possible. Ult is coming up. Now, I'm not too sure where Kha'Zix is, but with the ult coming up there, we see him on the map mid. Oh, it's going to be another solo bolo. Really nice. Clean. I mean, there's not much this Singe can do. Like I say, this is a challenger Singed one trick. Nice. Like, look at that perfect EQ2 there to get the knock-up ready. So we get the knock-up, bait the Singe W. Again, max range Q. We missed that one, but look at this EQ. Perfect range, into the ult. Auto, third Q, auto, you're done. Again, recalling. I was going to say, again, we know where Kha'Zix is on the map, and he's level 7, so I'm sort of surprised we're not staying for more plates. Obviously, we've got a massive power spike in Gale Force, but Singe is still dead for 8 more seconds. Definitely could have got one more. But Dzukill aiming to just get back on the map. Power spike. And again, don't get distracted by all the other shit going on the map in your games. Try and crack this tier 1, it's gold. It allows you to create more space by pushing waves further, and it also denies the Singe any opportunity to get back into the game. Gale Force has been picked up as well. Let's see if there's any interesting uses of it. So again, you can take these really aggressive Q pokes under tower with Yone. So, like I said, the W tanks like an entire tower shot. So, walking up max range, Q into W, it's a decent chunk, and you take nothing in return. Oh, how much damage was that from the Gale Force there? Let's watch it one more time. I think that was literally just E Gale Force Q. Sees him recalling. Nice, with the W as well. Doesn't even take a tower shot. There we go, that's going to be first tower, surely. Or first tower top. Chops it down. 700 gold bounty. We're 6-1 at this point. Singe, 64 CS. Hasn't even completed the first item yet. We've got a little scrap happening. So, team's pinging for assistance. In a way to give us time to get the third Q. Aurelia goes in. We W. Get the 2-man ult. Q, flash away, is going to go in for the knock-up. W, man, the W tanks so much damage. What's the cooldown on it as well? A 6-second cooldown for that shield. Really nicely played. And I think it's, is it Bloodthirster second? I was still going shield bow. I've seen some people go in BT second. I'm not sure what the consensus is on that. Holy shit, look at that damage from the Gale Force. Oh my word. I mean, at this point, Sin's just if he's not proxying, he's gonna die. That Gale Force damage is crazy. How much is it? Dash and deals a total 480. But also has an I didn't even know Gale Force had an execute up to 768. Again, when you get these advantages after you've cracked the first tower, try and push that advantage elsewhere whilst maintaining top lane pressure. So in this case, when you're on blue side, try and take those enemy top Krugs. Then you're not just impacting top lane. Like, you don't have to go and roam mid. You don't have to be getting double kills and tower dives elsewhere on the map. Just small incremental leads like that should still be aiming for. Again, taking these aggressive trades now that we've got items. Getting a recall in. Drag's coming up. Trying to see if there's any real threat on the enemy team. I mean, Ezreal's sort of keeping up in farm. Aurelia's got her Bork, but level 10. So it's just going to be having a bit of fun now. EO in. E back for the kill. Is he going to give it? No, he's not. Karthus wanted it. Gotta be greedy. I like this skin. No idea what one it is, but... Oh, is this one of the new Ink Shadow ones? Gonna crack the second tower. Again, don't forget how much gold these are worth. 600 gold for every single one. Again, another reason why you want to keep that pressure up. If you do manage to get the first tower, don't just aimlessly roam. You got 600 gold there just sitting. Especially if you can get these tower dives as easily as you can when you're ahead on Yone. Just relentlessly dive them. You're not trying to kill them for gold. Just getting them out of the way so you can get those towers. Immediately leaving the top lane. And eyes are now going to be on this bot lane tier 2. We're shoving in these waves. Singed is still top. No one's going to be able to match. It's probably going to take 3 people. Maybe with Rakan ult. But, I mean, once you get some attack speed on Yone, like the Q3s are coming out what feels like every other second. Don't think your isolation's going to matter much here, Kha'Zix. Finds the bush. Oh shit, I take it back. That was actually quite close. But we get the shield bow proc. Okay. That was definitely something from the Rakan. The desperation, I guess. Singe picking up his second kill of the game. What have we got here? We got ult, flash not yet available. We're actually going to ult defensively and try and either get out or get a flank. Getting our Q3 ready off the Grump. Just completely ignores the fight. Not trying to give up his 700 gold shutdown. Gets to the teleporter and dips. Being efficient, getting the Krugs recycled before recalling. Is this going towards GA or is it just straight straight BT by the looks of it? Grab this bot wave, like I said. Let's look at the map. Still looking for that tier 2 tower. Again, it doesn't really matter too much in this game, 28-8. But in your own games, you know, after you crack that tier 2, just look what else is happening. You know, it might be the case that your bot lane's still fighting it out. In that case, if you have TP, try and look for TP plays bot while keeping the top lane pressure going. Otherwise, just walk down there. You know, I play a lot of Riven, so if my flash is up and I happen to have taken top lane towers, got maybe a couple items, like at that point with flash, I know I can one-shot pretty much any bot laners. So again, try and make those impacts, but just remember to keep your top waves shoved as much as you can. Another 600 gold. So that, I mean, that's 1200 gold from tier 2s alone. We hop over the wall. We're going to ult in onto the back line. Nice little use of the Gale Force there right at the end. Let's get rid of this for a sec. Hopping over, flashes away. Nice. You can time that with the Q3 so that there's no way they can dodge it in any way. Or shield or anything like that. That's a lot of damage. From... Oh, it's 90-second to be fair, the active, but up to 864 damage. That's crazy. And like the dash as well, just giving you that extra mobility. 864 damage, that's like half of an AD's health. And that can be unavoidable in a lot of cases with Q3. Backing up here, we've definitely got BT. Are we going to bother recalling for it? We are. Probably, I'd imagine we'd be going for something like G8 at this point, or stopwatch. I'm not sure how much gold he's got. No, he's going for Warden's Mill, Giant's Belt, so picking up a bit of tankiness. You know, I really like GA when you're ahead. Not only is it protecting like your shutdown, but you can go for these aggressive plays, especially if you have the stopwatch component. Jump on their backlines, maybe get a Q off or 2 Qs, go into stopwatch, get your 3rd Q ready. And your W at this point is on a crazy low cooldown. Team's just going to go for the Baron here, and then I'm imagining just going to either run it down mid or run it down a side wave. The 13 and 1 Nidalee. A little bit of a competition for top kills in this game. Gotta get that gold from the control wards. As we run top. Gonna keep on pushing. Could be the game-ending fight here. 37, 211, 14 and 1, 238 CS, over 10 CS a minute. Getting the E out, just for a bit of poke. And they are trying to hold on. Jace here too now, with a burst profile on this team comp. Ease in with the Gale Force, ults, get some low, Karthus ult coming in. Fountain is not going to be enough to save Ezreal, and that is going to be an absolute stomp for Dzukill. And again, this is on his main account, Challenger Elo. The Singed isn't auto-filled. That is a one-trick Singed. And that is how you play against it. So, again, trying to prevent the proxy level 1 by blocking off the entrances. You come to lane a bit late, but that's okay. And then you're just going to try and trade quite heavy early. Don't give the Singed the immediate wave crash, because he's just going to run straight past tower and proxy. Especially if he knows you haven't leashed. He can get the first 2 or 3 waves and then either execute or recall. And then it's just the standard stuff that we've seen in all the VODs so far. So keep your focus on getting that tier 1 tower. And once you've got that, don't let up on the pressure. Keep going, get that tier 2. That's an extra 600 gold. Then once you've got that, then you can think about maybe looking bot lane or mid lane. Which tower's still up? What is up in terms of objectives? Can you grab a Rift Herald? Is there a drag coming up? Do you have flash? Can you make a big play bot? Do you have TP? Like, just think about what resources you have that you can use to influence the map. And like we saw in this game, the rest of the team was doing quite well, but I mean, even if they weren't, if bot lane was still skirmishing and hadn't even taken tier 1, you know, after you've taken tier 2, there's no point keeping on pushing, because there's no way you're getting an inhib tower unless the enemy team is just completely blind, which, you know, can happen. So but yeah, just think about either running down mid or bot, depending on the tower situations, and using your resources to get more space on the map. And yeah, like I say, it's pretty similar to the pro VODs that we've seen, and in this case it was a bit of a stomp. But yeah, I hope you guys learnt something from the video. If you did, let me know in the comments, and if there's anyone else you want me to watch, any other champions. I'm thinking of maybe doing some 14 Fiora or some of the Chinese Super Server players, but trying to navigate their VODs is a bit horrific for me, but I'll figure it out. So yeah, let me know if there's anyone else. Otherwise, I will catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching.